Today, Janet Poch of Concord, New Hampshire, our champion, faces the challenge of Jan Sickenberger of Gardner, Massachusetts on Candlepin Bowling. Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis, and I'm always speaking for the whole crew when I say we're sure glad you could join us here at the Fairway in Natick, Massachusetts on Route 9, the Worcester Turnpike, for 3 strings of Candlepin Bowling, total pinfall determining our winner. Now, each takes home a permanent souvenir. These are provided by Din Brothers of Boston and Holyoke. Each will take some guaranteed prize money away. $1,200 is guaranteed, $700 of which goes to the winner, $350 to the runner-up, $50 available to the winner of each string, and obviously, if they tie a string, we'll split that at $25 apiece. There are several other ways a bowler can be enriched, and Janet Poch is very familiar with many of those, and Jan is hoping that she will also join her. All right, let's talk to today's bowler, shall we? Well, Jan, it's a little later in October than it was last year when you came on.
Yeah, it sure is.
But we gave you the same person who...
I know. Well, hopefully I can get revenge today, right?
I know you have to think things like that. What's new in your young life since I saw you last? Anything?
Not much. No, just bowling and working.
And how about any basketball or volleyball or anything?
No,
like
I'm afraid to injure myself to bowl. I've had that happen before, so I just stick to bowling.
All right, good idea, huh? And Janet, you son of a gun, what you did last week, people still talking about the fact that you are at 422, the same as the 2 guys last year who made our championship show.
Yeah.
I know, you wish, though, you had about a 440, don't you?
Yeah, I wish I would have.
Yeah. But you're eligible, and we're looking forward to seeing you. Wow, you had a big day last week. $450 in bonus money, too, huh? They just kept falling.
They just kept falling.
All right, let's see if both of you can do that today, all right?
Okay, yeah.
Good luck to both of you, and we'll get underway right after this. Jan Sickenberger of Gardner, Massachusetts, high single 162, high triple 429, league average 112. She leaves 4 horsemen left side and in back the 8-pin. She still has, well, one just toppled. I was going to say she had 3 pins left. She has 2, the 7 and 8. The 4 was standing. It's a 10. Jan is married, and she's a special projects coordinator. That one is breaking too far to the left. And she comes back with a spare. Now our defending champion, Janet Poch. Concord, New Hampshire, high single 182, high triple 450, league average 121. She has left the diamond right. However, she has wood in the middle of it, which will help to make it go. The diamond right is made up of the 3, 5, 6, and 9. Ooh, she had to hit, of course, the 3-pin in order to make it go. She did not. She left 3 and 6. It's a 10. This is the 21st appearance on our program for Janet Poch, and she's lost only 3 times. She missed the head pin. In fact, just took out the right side and left everything on the left. The 4 horsemen plus the 5 and 8. Two, 4, 5, and 7 still standing. Janet is a data entry operator for New Hampshire Optical Company. Now that brings up our challenger again, Jan Sickenberger. You can see that the spelling on top that's as many letters as will fit in the electronic scoreboard. So we had to knock out a couple of E's. Looking at 4 horsemen left side plus the 3, 5, and 8. Nope. Still looking at 1, 2, 7, and 8. Nice 10. Jan representing Millis Bowl and Bryant's Bowl away in Gardner. Poch represents Cape Ann Bowling Center, Gloucester. That's Park Place Lanes in Windham, New Hampshire. This is not a spare leave. It's the 1, and then over on the left, the 7 and 8, and on the right, the 6 and 10. And there's a piece of wood that's rolling around, but it's perpendicular to the pit. All she got was the head pin. So now she'll go for the 6 and 10 with wood in front of it. And that's what it amounts to, is an 8-box. Now looking at the 2, 4, 7, and 8. Yes, she has a spare. All right, so we're going to take a check on the scoreboard, as we always do after 4 boxes in the first and 4 boxes in the second, with 2 bonus balls still to be rolled by our challenger and 1 by our defending champion. The score right now, with pins that are already down, are Sickenberger 43 and Poch 36. All right, our challenger, Jan Sickenberger of Gardner, is filling a strike. Here's the first bonus ball. Just missed the head pin. She took out 5 pins. She's left the 4 horsemen left side and the 9 pin. So the total fill will be 7, and she's looking at the 2, 4, and 9 at the moment. Got one of them, so it's an 8-box. A little too full on the head pin, and she got no wood remaining to help her. So her object pin becomes a 3, along with the 3, 6, and 10 over on the right. Nope, too full on the head pin. She has left the 6 and 10 over on the left. She already had the 4 and 7. So it becomes a 6-box. Now Janet Poch is filling her first mark, which is a spare. She gets a 9-pin drop and leaves just the 7-pin. Missed it on the left side. This time, all over it. One pin, and it is the 6 pin. Waiting for some wood. Came back. She missed it, actually hit the piece of wood. The piece of wood went off to one side. The pin was still standing, but then she got sidewall action, came back and made the spare. Now our challenger, Jan Sickenberger of Gardner, Massachusetts, on the line. She has everything down except the goalposts, the 9 and 10. Excuse me, the 8 and 9. She went too far to the right. It's a 9. Good spare leave. She's now looking at the 1, 2, and 4. The ball isn't breaking as much as she apparently expects it to. She is throwing a breaking ball. She goes from right to left. That time it broke a little more than she wanted, so it missed the head pin and took out the 2 and the 4. All right, Janet Poch is working on a spare in the 6th. Here's her fill. She gets 6. 8 pin alone, and on the right, 3, 6, and 10 with wood alongside the good side of the 3 and 6. Got 3, 6, and 8, but 10 still there. It's a 10. Al Giglio, as usual, keeping score on the electronic scoreboard, and Keith Williams keeping score on the big board for the gallery that's here. Janet Poch fires, and she got a split. Got the 2, 4, and 6, and 10. Ooh, way out to the left. Missed everything. Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, in his accustomed spot, sitting right on the lob line. Don Riley, of course, our statistician and coordinator. Now, our challenger, Jan Sickenberger, Gardner, Massachusetts, and she's a former Massachusetts Bowling Association State Open champion. Looking at 4 horsemen left side plus the 9 pin and 2 full on the head pin, picked off the 1 and the 9 and left the 2, 4, 7. They go for a 10. A thin hit to the left side. As she missed the head pin, she's looking at 4 horsemen right plus 7 and 8. She's really chopping wood right now. Our crew today is Ron Schindler, Jeff Sullivan, Emmerich Feldman, and Skip Peabody. Our producer-director, of course, is Phil Rubin, and in post-production videotape, George Ellard. Janet Poch. pins to pick up for a spare, the 2 and the 4. And she missed. Missed the 2, took the 4. It's a 9. Quite a contrast this week compared to her first string last week. She hit a 155 opening string and a 146 middle string. Now she's looking at the 3 and the 4. There's a piece of wood in between. Here she goes, and she got it. Spare in the 10th. Was the fill. As you know, her league average is 121, so she came close to it, although obviously she's not happy with it. She picks up $50 in bonus money, though, for winning the first. 117 to 100. It's the middle string. That means our defending champion leads it off. Here's Janet Poch, Concord, New Hampshire. 2 full on the head pin, leaves on the right the 3, 6, 10, on the left the 2 and 4. The only piece of wood is behind the 4. And on the left she got the 4, not the 2, so now she still has the 3 pins on the right. And she has left the 2 and the 3. That ball faded on her a little bit, and so she missed the head pin. She still got all but the 1, 2, 4, and 9. Just not as accurate. She was deadly accurate last week, as you can imagine, in rolling a 422. It's another 8. Now here's her challenger. It's Jan Sickenberger, in case you're just joining us, and she is from Gardner, Massachusetts. She has left now, after 2 boxes, diamond left, 2, 4, 5, and 8. Nice shot. She took it out for a 10. Whoa, that was close to a strike. Everything down except the 6 pin. She has it. Spare in the 2nd. Janet Poch has left the 1, the 6, the 7, 8, and 10. And she made everything except the 6 pin. It's a 10. Is it going to be? Yes, it's going to be 8. The 7 pin was rocking. It finally went down. So 8 is the fill, and she's now looking at the 1 and the 3. She has the spare. Now Jan comes up. Big 9 for our challenger, Jan Sickenberger of Gardner, Massachusetts. She has a single pin, the 4, which is beginning probably to get skinnier and skinnier as she looks at it. Ooh, she missed it. Missed it on both sides. Boy, those singles, oh man, do they look skinny. One, 3, and 6. That's what she's looking at to try to convert. She has it. All right. So once again, as it happened in the first string when we paused after 4 boxes, each bowler was working on a mark coming back. So with bonus balls to be rolled by each, the score in this middle string right now is Sickenberger 48 and Poch 36. Both of our ladies filling spares as they would come up. And Janet Poch, our defending champion, gets 6 for the fill. She's now looking at the 1, 3, 6, and 7. Oh, beautifully done. She had no wood to help. She had to hit that 1-3 pocket perfectly and go over and get the 7 pin while taking out the 1-3-6. Lovely. 2 full on the head pin as she was rolling for the fill, and she's left again with the 3, 6, 10 over on the right, the 7 pin over on the left. Everything down except the 7 pin. There it is. He's writing in the wrong. Oh, no. Sorry. I'm wrong. Jan Sickenberger looking at 3, 6, 4, 7. Boy, I tell you, that couldn't have missed by more than about 1/4 of an inch of kicking that 3 pin over to get the 4 and the 7. The next ball missed by more, let's put it that way. Oh, it was so close to making the spare with the second ball. All right, she's basically got diamond right plus the 10 pin, and that's made up of a 3, 5, 6, and 9 for the diamond, and she has a 10 pin also. She has left 6 and 10. It's an 8. Janet Poch now looking at the triangle. This is made up of the 2, 4, 5. No wood. That's why we call them tricky triangles sometimes. Looked like she was getting a perfect hit as she came in on the 2 and 5 pocket, but one pin went on each side of the 6. It's a 9. The 1, the 2, and the 10. There's 2 pieces of wood off to the left of the 1 and 2 and one behind the 1 and 2, but she'll have to do this pretty much on her own, I guess, if she does it. Got the left side, but the 10 pin is still there. Now today's challenger, Jan Sickenberger. Good ball, came in and got everything except the 5 and the 8. There are 2 pieces of wood. One of them is rolling back. The other one is to the left of the 5 and 8. The one that's rolling back is to the right of the 5 pin. Too bad she missed the 5, got the 8. It's a 10. Five, 8, 10. She got the 5, and the 8 is rocking back and forth, but 8 and 10 are still there. That takes care of the 8, but it's a 9 box. So close to a hammer. Janet just fired that one in there, and everything went down except the 9 pin. She's got a piece of wood that's coming out and maybe a roadblock, and nope, it's going to stay. She's going to use it. That's what she's going to do. And that made the spare. At first, it looked like it was going to be a roadblock, but then it came into a beautiful spot. 97 plus this through 9. 7 more. Three pins. 1, 2, 4. Getting herself really ready. And now, yes, she's got it. 114 plus. Yes, all of them down, and that's worth an extra $50 in the bonus money. Our challenger, Jan Sickenberger. Kind of a thin hit, and she has left the 1, 2, 7, 8, and 9. 5-pin is in there, too.
The whole bunch.
Now a triangle to pick up for a spare. This triangle is made up of the 2, 4, and 5. Ooh! Just missed it. The ball, as I told you, she throws a breaking ball, and that one broke just enough to miss the object pin, the 2. Gonna miss it again. So it turns out to be an 8. So another $50 in bonus money will go to our defending champion, Janet Poch, as she has won this middle string 124 to 104, and her league average is 121. She probably doesn't feel like she's bowling too well, but she's only 1 pin beneath it right now. It should be 242. It's 241 to 204. Here's our challenger, Jan Sickenberger. 1, 2, 8, and 9 with some wood in back of the 2-pin. No. Nope, she left the goal post, the 8 and 9. Two pins to pick up. They're pretty far apart. It's the 2 and the 10. But there's wood in back of the 2 and to the right of it, so if she hits this 2 properly, no, again, the ball is just breaking a little bit too much for her, and it appeared right onto the 2, and then it broke. That time she went for it. It didn't break quite enough. That, of course, is the difficulty when one does rely on a breaking ball, because it has to be very precise, as opposed to now, like a bowler like Janet Poch fires directly at her target, and she fires it pretty hard. That's why she gets enough action to have the ladies' all-time triple, which she rolled last week, and she had been tied with Beth Peterson for the high previously. Now she has a 422. It was a big week for her last week. Great spare lead right now with the 1 and 2. Unusual to see her miss. She got just 1. There's the other for a 10. Next week, the men return, and that means that Tom Olsta will be our defending champion. That time, Jan Sickenberg's first ball went exactly where she wanted it to. It didn't quite have enough velocity to knock down everything, but she did get down everything except the 5 and 7. That takes care of the 5. She still has to work on the 7. And the ball broke left, and she did not get the 7. That time the ball broke into the 1 and 3 pocket beautifully, and she has just the 7 pin to pick up. Ooh! Broke too far to the left again, and it went to the left of the single pin. That time, it had the perfect break on it. It's just a little one. It's almost like a draw in golf. You know, not a snap hook or a hook, but just a little bit of a draw. Now, Janet Poch looking at 4 horsemen right side. 1, 3, 6, 10, and down they go as she went right into that 1-3 pocket. Spread eagle as she came in 2 full on the head pin. And no wood to help. Which wing will she go for first? She goes to the right, but she misses the 3, gets the 6 and 10. Now, let's see what she does with the 2, 4, and 7. It's a 9, so you know what she did. All right, 6 boxes to go, and here is Jan Sickenberger. That one broke well and went right into the 1-2 pocket and left only the 3 and the 9. She's got it. And again, the ball came in where she wanted it. Six is the fill, and she's left with 3, 6, 10 on the left. 3, 4. I'll get this. It was the 2, 4, 7 on the left. And the 6 pin on the right. Got myself reversed. All right, Janet Poch right now at 43 after 4. The 5, the 7, the 9, and the 10. One piece of wood in front of the 7, another one to the right of and behind, or basically it's between the 5 and the 9, and another to the left of the 5 pin. So lots of wood to help, and she used it. So spare in the 5th. Left pocket hit, gets 7. Leaves the 5, 6, and 10. Piece of wood on an angle to the left of the 5 pin. She used it to get the 5, 6, and can't quite believe she didn't get the 10. All right, single pin to the right, and she's got it. And that had to be accurate because there was a pin in the gutter right to the right of the 10 pin, and of course, had she touched it then and picked off the 10, it would have been illegal, and she would have lost the pin. All right, Jan Sickenberger of Gardner, Massachusetts, today's challenger, and she's got everything down except the 4 pin. What a shame. She had a piece of wood to the right, and basically the ball didn't break quite enough to go past it in order to get the 4 pin, which she just got now for a 10. But she doesn't want 10s, she wants marks. Four, 7 on the left, 6, 10 on the right. 2 pieces of wood, one to the right of and one behind the 4, 7. That took care of them. However, nothing went over to get the 6 and 10. Now, ooh, nope, it broke left again. Ralph Stewart has called time. There is a piece of wood in the gutter on the right side of lane number 3. And Ralph gets the hand. Janet Poch working on lane 2 here at the fairway. Everything down except the 4-pin. She has it. Spare in the 7th. The fill is 8. She has left the 3 and the 4. Nice shot. Spare again. That puts her at 98 going into the final 2 boxes. And speaking of the final 2 boxes, here they are for Jan Sickenberger, today's challenger. 7 and 9 are the 2 pins still standing. She got a lot of wood, and if she hits it right, it'll go. It did. Spare in the 9th. Here's the fill, and it is, oh, so close to a strike. But it is a single pin, no wood to help. It's the 8-pin, and ooh, she missed it left. Same thing, the ball is just breaking, or I guess perhaps I should say she isn't putting it on the lane far enough maybe to the right to make it come in and hit the pin she wants. Wow, it looked like Janet had one of the thinnest hits you want to see, and then they just started tumbling, everything down now except the 7-pin. $7-pin for $50 in bonus money. Ooh, she missed it left side. Maybe had to wait too long. Nope, same thing. Put it to the left. Five more. Two more. It's a 9, and again, I mentioned that probably she does not feel that she bowled that well, but she bowled better than her average, despite that. And so she wins the 3rd string, and that means another $50 in bonus money, winning at 125 to 107, and she wins the match by a score of 366 to 311. We had a winner last week, so not too many cards in here. That gives you a chance, so why don't you think about it? Just remember that it's got to be on a postcard, not a letter, that we allow you to send one every day, but not a whole bunch on any one particular day. And take a guess as to what you think the total pinfall will be, both bowlers combined, on the day that you hope I draw your card. For example, today it's 677 is the total between the 2 bowlers. And include your name and address and send it along to this address, which is Candlepin Bowling, WCVB TV, 5 TV Place, Needham, Massachusetts, and the zip is 02192. All right? And as I said, we have 677. It starts all over again at 50, and each week that we do not have a winner, we keep adding $50 until someone hits the jackpot, as was hit last week for $400. When I draw this card, even if it's nowhere near that, and this will be the case all the time, that person will receive a handsome gift from the Parker Pen Company just for having the card drawn. All right, let's find out now if we have a $50 winner. 677, and we give you 10 either side. So from 667 to 687 would win today's $50. This one comes from Manchester, New Hampshire. Lucille Champagne, and her guess is $749. So next week we will add another $50, and it'll be worth $100. Okay, Jan, you have Janet. Excuse me. I get mixed up with Jan and Janet. Sometimes I call you Jan. All right. You have first try here at our high-low jackpot. I'll try to get this out of the way. This keeps climbing a little bit all the time. Go ahead. Pick a lane and fire away. No. All right, now it's Jan, and $225 if you can hit it. Would you stay here, please? And Janet will come up. Well, first of all, you're going to have, this will be inscribed with the date and the whole, so forth. It's from Din Brothers. And all I can say is that today you were able to pick up, I guess, just the $350. No bonus money. That ball just kept breaking. It just kept breaking to the left on you, just a little too much.
I'll be back next year.
I know you will, and we'll be happy to see you, okay?
Thanks a lot.
All right. And Janet, okay? Din Brothers gives you this, as you well know, after 3, and that'll be properly inscribed and so forth. And I don't know who gets it, whether you or Mom or whatever. But anyway, today it was $200 in bonus money, $700. Remember, we expect to see you in August for that 420.
I hope so, too.
All right. And next week, Tom Olster will be here, and he will be challenging Lee Butsky. See you then. Bye-bye.